goodness, what is wrong with you, computer?
Are you okay?
I'm just frustrated because it's not working. I'm trying to upload something and it's just taking forever.
Wow, it sounds like you're really frustrated. Maybe you should just take a minute, put it aside, and take a minute to take a deep breath.
Okay, I'll just walk away from it.
Wow. Maybe today's lesson will be really good for you. You can take a deep breath and center and try to focus on the good. It seems like you were really frustrated and focusing on what you couldn't do.
Yes, okay. We can do that.
All right. Our normal opening is with the offertory blessing. So are you ready for that? You ready to take a deep breath? Take a deep breath before you start though.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So hold your blessing in your hands, and divine love through me blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. All right, so today's lesson is for the third key, and it is all about words and speaking our truth.
Yes.
So maybe we need to work on speaking our truth with that computer.
Yes, we do.
All right, so let's go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll talk about what the next key is. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All right, so our first key was with the first two phrases, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And then we did thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So what is it today? Give us this day our daily bread is going to be our first phrase that we're going to figure out what that means. So what do you think it means to give us this day our daily bread?
Could it be to give us what we need for the day, to ask for what we need?
Yeah, I think it's God giving us what we need both emotionally and physically. Sometimes we need food to nourish our bodies, and sometimes we just need insight. So yeah, just giving us what we need for our daily life. And
so for example, with the computer, it's giving me peace for the day.
And trusting that God is in control and that you will get it done. Maybe just putting it away will make it go quicker.
Okay. The next one is forgiving our trespasses. What do you think trespasses is?
So some people say this prayer a little differently. Some people say it with debts instead of trespasses. And so it really just means to the things we did wrong. And we're saying forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespassed against us. So it's like forgive us of our wrongs and for the wrongs other people did, right? And sometimes, do you ever find that it's harder to forgive yourself than to forgive others? You get really frustrated with yourself, mainly with your computer.
Yes.
And your inability to do something, it's like, oh, I could do blank, but you're frustrated because you can't do it.
Yes. So it kind of blocks my mind to see the good in it.
Yeah. And so when we say forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, it's about us forgiving others and forgiving ourselves. And to let go of that attachment. Sometimes we move through life saying, oh, well, I can't do that. Because last time I did that, it went really wrong. And so I can't do that. Instead of trying again, right? So we have to let go of those things.
Okay.
And then what's our last phrase?
Forgive those who trespass against us.
right? So we just talked about that one. What's the one that comes right after that? Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So what do you think that means?
Could it be sometimes like when you see something that you're really interested in, you want to touch, but it says do not touch? Would that be something leading us into temptation?
That could be. I think also sometimes it's just tempting to fall into our old habits of yelling at our computers instead of using our mindfulness techniques. So like this today, our mindfulness technique is going to be blowing worries out for our older friends, and for our younger friends it's going to be centering in peace. And so we can use those techniques when we're frustrated instead of getting angry and letting that out. So I think temptation can be, yes, touching something, but it can also just be the temptation to like do our old habits and things that we know aren't really helpful. But it could also be, you know, how often do you see something that somebody else has and you're like, oh, if only I had the PlayStation 4, or if only I had that nice camera that had the perfect mic on it, then I wouldn't be stressing. Or if only I had the faster internet that would let me upload the videos. And so sometimes our temptation is to think that we don't have what we need, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have it. We just maybe need to think outside the box, right? Maybe we don't have it at our house, or maybe what we have at our house might be better in some ways. Like maybe somebody has a PlayStation 4, but we have a really loving family, and maybe they don't have that. Or maybe we have really great friends, and maybe they don't have really great friends, and so all they do is play, So we have to look at what we have all the way around.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
And so our next line is?
That's it for today.
Oh, okay.
So our key today is kind of big. It's kind of big, but we're going to focus on words, because we're going to talk about how, our words affect everything. And so our words can be not so nice about ourselves. We can be not so nice about other people. And that can be a trespass. And that can be something that we're tempted to do. But sometimes it's tempting to go, oh yeah, she's just rude. I don't really like her.
So our first word would be to realize what we're saying.
Right. And to realize that God is in everyone, and we have to look for that. And everyone and everything, even your computer that's frustrating.
So we forgive the trespasses.
So we have to realize and let it go and forgive it. And so that, because if we hold on to things, we can't move forward. So we don't want to hold on to things and stay stuck. That wouldn't be fun. All right.
Okay.
So now it's time for our meditation and mindfulness.
So for today's meditation, we're going to do folding flower from our mindfulness cards. So what you're going to do is you can lay down on the floor, or you can lay down on the couch, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm going to lay down on this couch right here. And then we're going to close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths.
So as you take your 3 soft, slow, mindful breaths, feel them in your nose, your lungs, and your tummy. Imagine a flower in your heart. Its petals are wide open. It is a flower of peace. Imagine a gentle light streaming down from the sky into your flower. Watch the petals of your flower slowly close around the glow of your light. Keep your focus on the flower. You can rest or fall asleep with the flower of peace in your heart. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your toes and your fingers and bring your attention back to this space and this time.
Wow. Does everybody feel relaxed as I do?
So now that we have let our worries go with bubbles, and in the pre-K class you guys have centered with peace.
Yes. Creating peace in our hearts.
Now we're gonna see what it's like to spread words. And so sometimes we spread words of kindness and sometimes we don't. But so today we're gonna blow bubbles and try to catch them and put them back in. And so if you have younger friends at home, maybe the parents can help with blowing the bubbles, and you can try to catch one on your finger, or you can do it yourself. So we're gonna try to blow these bubbles and catch them and put the whole bubble back in the tube.
And if you want, as you're blowing out, you can say whatever peaceful words or kind words that you want to put out there in the universe. Love. Oops, mine popped. There you go. Oh.
Joy, peace.
Creativity.
Oh, mine are splashing everywhere when I try to put them back in.
Yes. This is kind of hard. They're not going in. Ah. I think mine, a lot of mine are popping before I put them in. Are you having any luck, Sarah?
I'm getting part of the bubble back in, and then sometimes it sticks here, and then when I push it in, it pops and goes on the outside. I'm not getting Look at how much I have left. I don't have very much bubbles left. Doesn't look like much of the bubbles are going back in, even for the ones that I catch. I've caught a lot, but they're not going back in.
Mine pop before I blow them out.
Yeah, I'm not getting much back in. So how do you think this is like letting our words out into the universe?
Well, I think if it's a good word, it's fine for it to stay out there, but if they're kind of mean words, I don't know. It's kind of hard to take them back, right?
Yeah. So much like our words, we have to be impeccable with our words. When we use words and then we try to take them back, it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
And so what we say has a lot of power.
It sure does.
Our words are powerful. And I know sometimes some of us were told sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you. And we know that's not true.
Yes.
Words can hurt. And so we have to be really careful with the words that we choose to put out in the universe, whether they're about ourselves or about other people.
Yeah. So think good words, but share your peaceful hearts, and all will be good.
And just think before you speak.
Yes. Okay, so today's book is going to be I Am Peace, a book about mindfulness by Verde. There are times when I worry about what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water, and I feel like a boat without an anchor, being carried away. I give myself a moment, I take a breath, and then I tell myself, it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet and steady myself. and start to notice the here and the now. My thoughts begin to settle. My mind begins to clear. I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear. I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. I can share kindness with others. I make a difference. Notice some of the seeds fell down on the ground. And look, later on a tree grew. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty and its strength. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath, feel my whole body. I tune into me. Now the water is still. I have found my anchor, and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. Now I share my peace with others and hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream we are peace. Okay, so just in the book, I am peace, you notice that moment where the seeds fell down on the ground and then there was a tree that grew up? That's kind of like our words. If we spread them everywhere with kindness, kindness keeps growing, right? So just remember in those moments of frustration or moments of negative thoughts towards yourself or others, just take a moment and take a deep breath and remember that good comes from inside of you. So be able to spread those good words out to the universe. Okay, so for today's activity, we're going to be doing a watercolor meditation. So in your kits, you're going to have some watercolors and some paper. And it'll come with a brush. So all you'll need extra would be a cup of water and a napkin. So we're also going to play some meditation music while we do this activity. So get your paint wet. Just paint. Get some blue. Just paint whatever comes to your mind. what my picture looks like. And when you're doing these, just relax your mind and just let it create whatever it comes out. And so you can think of it this way too. Whenever your body is feeling tense or frustrated, you can just go within and relax and just think of all these beautiful positive images in your mind.
So thank you for joining us on the third day, and today's key was realization, and realizing that we are one with God and that we need to forgive ourselves and others so that we can be in alignment with God. And to remember to use our words, right? Today was choosing our words.
And to realize to take a moment, breathe, and become peaceful, and then bring out our positive words.
That's right. And to remember too that when we use our negative words, we can't take those back. So words are powerful and they help us create our lives, and it's up to us to choose our words and choose them wisely. Now for our closing prayer, the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And we are grateful. Go be a light in the world.